Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Wrestling Reviews with myself and Campo, who also does wrestling reviews on top of movie and TV shows. As you can see by his hat, we are going to be covering New Japan's culmination event of Battle Autumn. Battle Autumn, what they basically was there was a bunch of shows called Battle Autumn for the month of October leading up to this event. At the end, there was the tournament for the Iwgp Television Championship going off in this for the semifinals in this, and a bunch of other, basically a title match in every match.
Yeah,
almost. But I digress. So with that, we just hit 230 subs. We're 20 away from 50. Let us try to hit that goal for the end of the year. So if you like what you see, if you want to see more wrestling reviews in the coming year, make sure you smash that subscribe button, click that like button, and tell your friends, because sharing means caring. And if you care enough about me, you'll share with a friend. With that out of the way, like that one. With that out of the way, we're going to talk about Battle Autumn, New Japan's latest. I guess they're called premium live events too, because holy brightness.
Yeah, what the hell happened there?
I don't know, but we're leaving that in. So we'll start off with our first match of the night, which was Bushi and Titan representing LIJ against TJP and Francesco Akira of United Empire, Catch 22, I think they're called. That's as soon as I saw this, this was a very United Empire heavy show.
It was almost like it was based around them, like it was an event specifically for them. Which is fine.
Yep. And I'll tell you my theory on this later in the show. But this was for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship, and it got off to a really, really fast start. It was a good match, a great opening match. This is what you expect from an opening match.
Yeah.
Compare this to the one we talked about last night with Brock and Bobby Lashley. Compare it to this match. Night and day.
But this is the thing. I think WWE genuinely thinks that that's how you kick off a night. They don't genuinely. They don't generally have great opening matches to set the tone.
Unless it's Seth Rollins.
Which, yeah, but how many times is he the opening match? Almost never.
Yeah, he's usually the main event when Roman's not there.
And it's like, to me, I find that strange about WWE, but freaking New Japan, man. Let's go. Yeah. What a match. These guys are going to be so good.
Yeah.
Like double big ups because he's Italian. So, like,
right.
And they have this, like, they just have it.
Yeah. And the thing is, they haven't been a tag team for long, but they both feel like they've been tagging for 10 years.
And to be fighting Bushi just alone.
Yeah.
Is like you're already in another class once you're having matches with him.
Bushi, yeah, absolutely. And fantastic opener. Went about 11 minutes. Thoroughly enjoyed this match. This is junior heavyweight. This is tag team wrestling. Like,
this is wrestling.
This is wrestling. Exactly.
They're gonna hold these titles for a long time.
Yeah, they're gonna. I'm excited to see who they're gonna actually face at Wrestle Kingdom now, and see where they're gonna go from here. Wouldn't it be something like if they did like best friends against these guys?
It would be something if they did Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero against these guys.
Oh,
a little Roppongi.
Yeah, absolutely. But
no, you know who it's going to be? We already just stabbed ourselves in the foot with it. It's going to be Yo and what's his name? No, Yo and the other guy that came at.
The one from Rumble there.
Yeah, I already forgot his name.
Yeah. But. Yeah, Yo, and I'm looking it up.
Oh, we're gonna look. Okay, so I'll buy it for time. So what are you guys doing?
Yo and Romero.
No, not Romero. Do that guy that they played his music.
Oh,
and
Leo Rush.
There you go, Leo Rush. There you go.
Yo,
you remembered right away. I think that's who it's gonna be.
Yeah, that could be a possibility. After that, Catch 22 go over, which is the right call. Like, as much as I love Bushi, this was the right call to make. And this is what I like about New Japan. One match is over, right into the next match. No promos. Just go right into the next match. Just give me more wrestling after wrestling. Yeah. The second match was again a United Empire which was Aaron Hanare, Gideon Gray for some reason, with Aussie Open of Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher against Tanahashi, Toriano, David Finlay, and Alex Zane. Now, I have never seen Alex Zane before.
Alex, so you haven't been watching the
not all
title
of it.
stuff.
Yeah.
His match was good.
Yeah.
I don't know this guy, but he's good. And apparently he has a lot of history with Zack Sabre Jr. and like a lot of the British wrestlers. And he's good in the ring, man. He has good ring work. This was a pretty, I do not like these 4-on-4 filler matches that they do, but this was pretty good.
Okay, but the 4-on-4, this match, the talent that was involved in this match was incredible.
But sometimes it is in the other matches too, right? But for what this was, I enjoyed it. Was it an amazing match? No, but it had some really strong points, and it didn't stay for 2 hours.
And the thing is, you also have Toriano in this match that just entertains you.
Like just him walking out, going, okay.
He
said okay for the entire walk to the ring.
That guy kills me. But yeah, like he entertains you. There was stuff that kept you interested in the match when there wasn't much going on in the ring. Hanare continues to impress. This guy is going to be a star as well. Like Hanare is going to be something else. And Aussie Open.
Yeah, Aussie Open's great.
Yeah. They go over. Actually, United Empire go over, which was another. This kind of had me thinking, okay, is Aussie Open going to go over in every match? Or not Aussie Open, United Empire. But then I was looking down the card. I'm like, no, they're not going through win every match. But like, it was a heavy United Empire. Like I said, another fun match. I enjoyed it. Next, we had in its place was supposed to be Hikuleo against Carl Anderson. Carl Anderson was a no-show. He ended up going to the Saudi Arabia show for WWE. They even showed that little clip of him talking about I work when it's my time or something like that. He was saying. So eventually, I think they're going to allow Carl to go back and defend this title.
Oh, for sure they are, and I think this is to set up more working relationship. Because they did have a good working relationship with both All Japan and New Japan at one point.
In the 80s, yeah. And the early
even
90s.
In the 90s, yeah.
Yeah. But so it was Yujiro Takahashi with Sho and the return of Peter. We haven't seen Peter in a while.
Hey, yeah, it's nice to see Peter.
Yeah.
Literally.
Kevin Kelly really enjoyed seeing Peter.
Oh, yeah. Kevin Kelly loves Peter.
Yeah.
But so does Chris.
Yes. Chris Charlton. Yes. This ended up just being a squash match. 20 seconds. Like,
but I really like that.
Yeah. You need that every now and then.
We've been impressed by Yujiro lately and been like, oh, this, that. This was just like, you guys are paying money you have to subscribe.
Yeah.
You're paying money for this. We'll show you some Peter and then we'll give Hikuleo.
I'll take a choke slam and
I liked it because they came in cheating. It came out hot. And then he was like, no, I'm the big man.
Yeah.
And that they needed to do that. They needed to put over his size.
And that's exactly what they did.
And he needs to win the never open weight.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the right
And this is huge for his career. This is absolutely huge for his career.
Especially beating a Takahashi in 30 seconds means it's huge. It is huge. Like, this guy's like a legend in New Japan almost. Like, it's
in terms of like people
longevity, name
name
recognition.
Yeah. It's like he's not your Hulk Hogan, but he's like I'm trying to think of somebody, but like someone that's been there forever that you're just like
a new guy comes in and he pins Drew McIntyre in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Something basically. Like that. But quick match, loved it. Next was the first semifinal match for the New Japan World Television Championship, which was Ren Narita against Sonata. Again, another great match. Narita is one of the pillars that this company can build upon now.
Yeah,
he's really coming
between him and Umino.
Yeah.
I think we're looking at the new wave of wrestlers that are going to take over.
Because Narita's only 24? Like 25?
Yeah. This is the thing. When you go to New Japan, it sounds stupid, but it's just a thing. And like everyone accepts it if you watch New Japan. Yeah. The white wrestlers don't count.
No.
They're in a separate category. When you talk about greatest wrestlers, the Gaijin wrestlers belong in their
Gaijin category.
When you're talking about pillars of New Japan, it's a Japanese wrestler.
Yeah.
And Shota and Ren are the future, and
They're the next Naito and Tanahashi.
Yeah. Hopefully they both. Well, Ren is heavyweight, right?
I believe so.
But Shota's not. Shota, I believe,
No,
is
it's
like,
junior.
But he should move up eventually.
No, he is heavyweight.
Is he?
Shota's heavyweight because when we get to later in the show, we'll explain why.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, and I'll take this any day of the week. Narita goes over Sonata, which was
it was a good match.
It was a fantastic match,
and no one was expecting that outcome because Sonata was whipping him around for a bit.
And the thing is, they both have similar styles too.
Yeah, there are a lot of groundwork.
Yeah, a lot of ground, a lot of like heavy strikes, a lot of ground holds, I guess is a good way to put it. The TV title match has a 15-minute time limit, right? That's what they had. That's what they were. And it was
down to the last like 28 seconds, I think, when he won.
Yeah, when he won. So that's cutting it right up. But they said what happened if they tied it? They were going to go into like a 5-minute intervals.
Yeah. No, it would go, I think, 2 5-minute intervals and then 1-minute intervals after that or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was a convoluted because there had to be a decisive winner in this one.
Well,
there couldn't be a draw.
The opening match of the night had a 60-minute time limit. But like, we know that wasn't going to happen.
Chris Charlton even said, it's not going to go 60 minutes. We know that.
Of course it's not going to go 60 minutes. You crazy? The first match of the night?
Yeah.
What is this, AEW? Put the championship match at the beginning of Dynamite so that people don't know when it's going to end.
But Narita, like, this guy is a tremendous talent. And he moves on to the finals for the television championship, which will take place at Wrestle Kingdom on January 4th.
Well, we'll get to it upon reviewing the next match for this, but
yeah,
I don't think he's going to win.
No, his opponent will be the winner of the match versus Evil and Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. tried to do the old Young Lion switcheroo again.
I freaking love it. And they punished the original Young Lion. Did it to them the first time. Then Zack Sabre Jr. did it to them again. This was a pretty good match.
As short as it was, this is 5 minutes, like barely 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, but like
Evil is a good wrestler.
This is the Evil I was spans. Yeah, this is the Evil I was waiting for to see. I haven't seen this Evil in a while.
In a long time.
Like obviously you still had the Dick to Go shenanigans in the ring.
But the Dick to Go shenanigans were funnier because he grabbed Evil's leg on that one point under the ring and he lifted up the thing and he sees that it's him. And it's like there's just like some kind of special thing going on with that humor. Like as much as we talk crap,
this is comedic wrestling done right.
And it's like Zack Sabre Jr. buying into it is what I love because he's not that guy and he's totally like bought into it.
Yeah.
And
he reminds me, Zack Sabre Jr. reminds me, like, remember how Lance Storm used to be? If I could be serious for a moment.
Yeah.
But
he kind of Kurt Angle-y.
Yeah. But he adds that bit of comedy to it, like Kurt Angle does. And but it works for him.
Lance Storm is a good comparison.
Yeah. But
that's a really good comparison. Yeah, but Evil, man, you give me Evil in under 10 minutes in a match. He's a really good wrestler.
It's a nice filler match to whet your appetite for what's to come.
Yeah, whereas it should be there. Not keep Evil far away from my main event. Keep the whole House of Torture away from my main event.
As a mid card, please, fantastic. Absolutely. Any day of the week. In less than 5 minutes, Zack Sabre Jr. goes over, so it sets up your final match between Zack Sabre Jr. and Ren Narita.
And I think Sabre Jr. needs some solo gold.
You think so?
I think so. He's not a little name. I know you're trying to put Ren over, but I think just the fact that Narita makes it this far is part of the show.
What I think needs to happen is he needs to have a good long match with Zack Sabre Jr., take him to the limit, and
absolutely,
and still lose. This way he doesn't look... And
tables, ladders, chairs, oh my, all the way.
And it sets up more matches in the long run.
At some point, Abe needs to fly off his chair.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you do this right, let Zack Sabre Jr. have some gold. I think this is right.
This is the right opportunity.
Set up a feud between them.
Yeah. Have a nice
and then let him win. Let him win at the end. Let him take Zack Sabre's title, and then this is where you shine him.
Next at 2024 is Wrestle Kingdom.
See, now you're thinking. You're thinking like a wrestling booker.
right? That's what
The
we
long
do here.
con.
The long con. That's what we do here. That's what we do here. The next match was 4 men participating in a tag match who are all going to be participating against each other at Wrestle Kingdom for the IWGP.
I didn't know that was happening. When they said that, I was like, hold on. I rewound it and I listened to it again. And I'm like, what? Yeah. I'm like, this is the match I'm going to get to watch?
Yes. In a 4-way match, you had Master Wato and El Desperado, who absolutely hate each other.
But so do Ishimori and
Takahashi, the other Hiromu Takahashi.
And I loved the whole thing, man. Takahashi waited just like the LIJs did. He walked back up and waited
because Desperado's LIJ too, isn't he?
Yeah. No, is he?
No,
Bushi's LIJ.
Bushi's LIJ.
Desperado is the other one with Okada. What are they called? Chaos.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. It worked. The comedy of this match was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. And the match did start off a bit rough, but as it gained steam, when Desperado started actually helping out Wato, when Wato was losing the match because he didn't want to lose,
what I liked was Desperado using Wato as a weapon.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like, this is how to have fun in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Take 4 serious, no shit wrestlers and put them in a match where they hate each other and let them just goof off.
Yeah.
It was fun match,
so much
man.
fun. Yeah.
Can I just say something? Like, I know we're not there yet, but as we just talk about this, my rating is going up in my head. Like,
yeah, slowly as I'm getting more excited.
Thinking I'm like, you know what? This was a really fun pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Anyways, I digress.
Yeah, completely. But I mean,
Kevin Kelly's awesome.
Yes, as a commentator, Kevin Kelly and Chris Charlton are becoming one of my favorite tandems. Absolutely,
because Chris is no nonsense, facts.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna tell you facts. And Kevin Kelly has the color commentary and the goofing off and the play-by-play. Like, he does everything.
Yeah, like he is so underrated. Like when we did our commentators list about a year ago now. We missed the boat on Kevin Kelly.
Hold on. That wasn't solos. If we're going solos, Kevin Kelly's going to be up there.
Okay.
That was tandems. That was duos.
Yeah. But in the end, was it Ishii takes out his partner, wasn't it? He took out Takahashi and what's his name gets the Wato gets the pin on Takahashi. And in the end, Ishimori is standing tall above all 3 of them.
Dude is jacked.
Yeah.
Like, I know that's so random, but like, he's so absolutely jacked.
He looks like he's chiseled from stone, this guy. Like
he looks like if you took young Prince Devitt, but added a whole extra layer of muscle. Like, it's like, what the hell? Anyways.
Add an extra pack on his 8-pack.
Yeah. Man. It's like,
this dude is shredded,
dude.
Yeah. And he's so talented too.
And it's so funny because like Takahashi's like 3 G1s or 3 juniors in a row.
Yeah.
And then he looks like he's just let himself get so out of shape, but then you watch him in the ring and you're like,
he can still move.
What the hell? You're looking at this guy with a gut and he's in there doing all that stuff.
And this is a guy that came back from a neck injury too.
Yeah. That's probably where he got a little bit out of shape, but still.
But he could still go. Ishii stands tall. Ishimori stands tall. You think he's going to win at Wrestle Kingdom?
Takahashi's going to win.
You think Takahashi will take it?
This is my thought. It's either going to be Takahashi because he's so over, or Wato because they're trying to put him over. It will not be Desperado.
No, not Desperado. But yeah, I mean, I could see that. I could also see Ishimori retaining.
Just my only option is no Desperado, and he's great. The match between him and Takahashi in the finals last year was great, but like he's not going to win.
He's not there.
He doesn't need it.
No, he doesn't. And neither does Takahashi though.
Yeah, but he's like Tanahashi of the juniors.
He's
like,
over.
he's so absolutely over. He could do whatever he wants. So putting gold on him just adds to it, right?
Him. It adds to, like you said about the Oscar thing, it adds to the Wikipedia.
Yeah, and that sometimes to companies that's important. The legacy of wrestlers is important. It might be for one day, but that's not what people think about. They just remember.
They think 4-time. Yeah,
and it's like Jericho with the Ring of Honor, but dude, guys wrestling weekly, defending it. Yeah, just like Moxley. I love it.
Like last week, Colt Cabana, like that match was fantastic,
dude. What's not Desperado? Bandito, what a match. Anyways, we're way off topic.
I digress.
We're digressing. But I think what you're gonna allude to later on in this thing, I think they're gonna slowly peel away all the championships that belong to Bullet Club. And I think it starts, Ishimori is gonna lose it.
He'll be the first one. Okay, that makes sense. I could see that. Because the next match you had at the aforementioned Bullet Club of Jay White and Kenta with Gedo against Okada, Tamatanga, and Jado.
I didn't want this match to be good because I hate these dumb setups that New Japan does where it's like, we're going to make sure that you know a feud's coming, but we're never going to let those wrestlers interact individually.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just didn't want it. But dude, Tonga and
Kenta.
And Kenta's moments together in the ring were crazy.
Yeah. I think this is setting up to the single match between them.
Yeah. Jay White is so good. Yeah. Jesus. Like I don't know, man. I just don't know.
He reminds me, like, you take like the best elements of like a young Chris Jericho with the mic skills and the in-ring ability, and you mix it with like the charisma of someone like The Rock.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny. What were they talking about it? I really don't remember, but some kind of thing occurred. It maybe was in this event or something else where they mentioned Chris Jericho and they go, add that to the list of things. And I was like, I don't remember what it was from, but yeah, I thought that was great. But yeah, this is like fantastic. Jay White, he's one of the greatest heels ever. Yeah. His verbal interactions in the ring is like nothing I've ever experienced before. He's so abusive verbally to every person, and the way he interacts fans,
with the crowd. Yeah,
it's just like, it's exactly what I want.
Yeah, my favorite is when he's at the beginning of every match when he tries to get the two,
but this one nailed it. Yes, Kenta's like, oh yeah, I forgot, you guys can't make noise.
Yeah. Well, we'll do it. And then all of a sudden you hear the crowd just like clapping like, politely.
We'll do it instead. They're like, Gato, get in the ring.
Kenta, shh. It was so good. Like just those little interactions like that, those little moments that just add to Jay White's character.
Tell him in Japanese. Ask him if his chest hurts. Because he kept talking about Okada getting slapped.
Yeah. But I mean, like you said, you didn't want this match. And Okada, you could see the difference between this match and the match he had in Rumble. Yeah. He was more invested in this match than in the New York.
Absolutely, because he didn't want to be in New York. This is a big time guy. This arena had like 10 times the amount that was in New York, and it still wasn't even a big arena.
No,
and it's like he's better than that. I hate using him because I don't like him, but this is like having Hulk Hogan do house shows in like the Impact Arena.
Yeah,
like that's not what you do if it's primetime WWF. You don't do that, and that's like, anyways. Jay White belongs anywhere. Jay White is there to interact with the crowd. Okada is not that guy.
He's the star.
He's a star, and he knows he's a star. And it's
almost
kind of
diva, almost like a diva.
Yeah, it's almost like a diva, but he's not that guy that's there to interact with the people. Jay White loves that.
Yeah,
he feeds
Okada's
on that
a showman.
Shit.
He just wants to put on a good show.
Jay White will show up at so many indie events. He loves that shit. That's what he does, and it's like, I love it. And I just hate these slapped together tag team matches. But it was good, and
where you don't want them. Yeah, I feel you.
New Japan is the king of just slapping 4 people in a ring and being like, it's a tag team match.
Like, yeah, here you go. But you're gonna like it.
Kevin Kelly was talking about the CMLL thing that they do, where there's a whole tournament and the winners get to face the champions. where you don't choose who's on your team. It's just two random wrestlers put together in this tournament. I was like, that's a good idea. I'd watch that.
Totally. Bullet Club go over, don't they? No.
Yeah.
Bullet Club lose.
Yeah.
Tonga pins Kenta.
Good match though.
So they keep Jay White and Okada apart again. And Okada is like trying to get into, more like Jay's getting into Okada's face saying that I got you. Jay White is like a 4-1 record against Okada.
Yeah. But yeah, come on. It was good.
Yeah. And Tonga gets the pin, but it was the right call. It keeps both Jay White and Okada strong without having either of them take a pin. So I thought it was a good match. Next, we have United Empire once again of Great-O-Khan and Jeff Cobb against 7-star FTR for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. This is finally that full 2-on-2 rematch that we didn't get from Forbidden Door, because at Forbidden Door, if you guys remember, FTR won the belts, but they pinned the best friends they pinned, and not the actual champions. So this
was Rocky Romero,
right? Because what's his name was hurt.
Yeah, it was Roppongi Vice.
That's right. So they pinned Roppongi Vice in that match. So technically, Cobb and Khan never took the loss, so they were entitled to that rematch. And this is that rematch that we're getting. And by God, what a rematch this was!
You know what? Because it's like we don't want to like the combination of Great-O-Khan and Jeff.
No,
and this is the reason this match is happening is because it's an attempt at storytelling by New Japan. It didn't work for me as a storytelling gimmick, but
as a match,
it was really good. And this is a whole thing, and I really think that FTR just understands the really root type of 1980s tag team wrestling.
Yeah, their style works well in Japan.
And they just knew what to do. They're high-fiving people, they're propsing people, they're blowing kisses to people, and that's what the Japanese audience likes. They
especially from the gaijin, the interaction.
Yeah, any face to them needs to interact with them in a happy way, smiley, happy anime.
Yeah,
bubbly. That's what they want from their, like the Tanahashis. Just like, I'm your best friend. That's what they want. And they gave that to them, and it was so well managed. And then they went in the ring and they executed in such a face way. And Jeff Cobb and Great-O-Khan did such a good job healing it up. And stupid Dingleberry at ringside screaming added so much to it.
Gideon Gray there.
Yeah, and it's like, there are so many connecting elements here that work. This is not even a top 5 FTR match of the year,
but it was still a good match.
It was good. And
it's solid. This was their first trip to Japan, wasn't it?
Yes, it's the first time they defended the titles. Period, I think.
Yeah.
Did they defend them?
They defended them against Aussie Open on Crown.
Royal that's
Quest.
Right. Yeah.
I was gonna say Crown Jewel, but that wasn't.
And yeah, man, this is.
Yeah, it was. This match was better than it had any right to be.
They showed the fans in their face rather than having to watch on TV.
Yeah,
we have your titles, but we're gonna show you why we have your titles.
That we are the best.
They're gonna defend them again, and then they're going to lose them at Wrestle Kingdom. I think one more defense to prove that they belong. Yeah, and then it's time to move the titles on.
What I liked is they explained too, because I can't read a lot of Japanese. I can read a little bit here and there, but I kind of got the idea of when they're explaining that the reason why they're 7 stars because they're Raw Tag Team Champions, SmackDown Tag Team Champions, NXT Tag Team Champions, AEW Tag Team.
The first thing I did with the person that I watched Crown Jewel with, that I was telling you, and I was explaining everything and like the difference between other wrestlings and WWE. And then when they showed this, I screenshotted it and I sent it to him. It says NXT, Raw, SmackDown, AEW, AAA, ROH, IWGP. And I was like, this is what makes New Japan special. The absolute acknowledgement of everything. And they mentioned the revival and winning the NXT titles multiple times, including WWE things that they said. And I was like, this is why I watch wrestling.
Yeah. Like with WWE, like when Cody came back, Cody was just gone for 6 years. We don't know where he went. Even though
hopefully, you know what? Maybe he comes back in the Bullet Club thing, and this is like a little thing.
Oh, because he was part of that.
We didn't even think of that. He was part of the regime that overthrew AJ Styles.
Yes. And then him and Omega had a bit of a feud too. Fantasy booking. Here we go.
Just give me Finn Balor and Cody Rhodes against AJ Styles and Kenny Omega. That's my booking.
Give me Cody Rhodes and Finn Balor against AJ Styles and Nakamura.
Okay, I'll take it. Yeah, you win.
That'll be just amazing.
Wait, give me all 4 of those guys against Kenny Omega, Adam Page, and the Young Bucks.
Well, there we go. See, there we go.
That's fantasy booking.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And like I said, it's another, like you said, it's not top 5, but it was another fantastic match by FTR. And they made, and even in the loss, it made Cobb and Khan look good.
Yeah.
And this, like you said, it solidifies them now as IWGP. Now we beat the former champs.
Like, it's just like digressing once again. Like, I just need to make this statement. Things about wrestling that make me feel happy. What was the match that we got for the All Atlantic title on Friday?
It was, what's his name there? The returning Shibata against Orange Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy. When they came out, I was like, holy crap. When he came out to like address the situation and sign the contract. And then when I saw Rocky coming in from the back, I literally was like, Rocky! Like, those are moments I like these are not like small people. These are absolute legends. And then the best friends came out too, and they have the connection with Rocky. And it was like Rocky has a connection with him, and then with him, and it was like this whole thing. And it's
Shibata, and without telling a story, you just told a story.
Right away. And you acknowledged what the history was, which WWE finally did, and I love it.
Yeah.
But prior, it was just like, oh, they might have met somewhere when they were wrestling overseas.
Yeah. But
in an Asian country.
But moving on, we go to our main event of the night, which was Tetsuya Naito against Will Ospreay for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship.
Just shut it down. Just shut it down.
Why? It was that good.
You just put Tetsuya Naito anytime you want with Will Ospreay, and it's a 5-star match.
Yes, absolutely. And I agree. Easily match of the night for me.
You ever want to talk about in-ring storytelling? This was it.
Yes.
Just like there was
like right from the beginning when Ospreay's selling the neck injury.
Yeah. And then Naito took that little bit of offense against him, and he was like, he went full heel villain. Yeah. And he was really trying to hurt Will Ospreay, taking him into the
putting him into submissions, like wrenching the neck, the cravat hold, like the stretch hold,
using everything to his advantage, the ring apron, the pole, and it's like, okay, and then the tables turned, and you're like, obviously I want Naito to win. Everyone knows I'm a Naito fan. But the tables turned, and then Will Ospreay was on huge offense, and then as you think the match is coming to an end, Naito just keeps kicking out, and then boom, this burst of offense came, and
it was like it starts you off like right here, like right at the beginning of the match, takes you down a little bit, and then boom, right back up, like
and then as the tables turned there, Naito starts coming through, and you're like, okay, you're like, shit, Naito's gonna win, and then he goes to give him Destino, and he catches him, and you're like, oh man!
And you thought he was, but then he reversed that too.
Yeah, and
it was and those near falls
very early on. He went for a Destino very early on, and I'm like, holy crap, the match is gonna end right now. And he caught him, and then gave him a vertical suplex.
Yeah,
but what a good match, man!
And towards the end too, when those near falls started coming, they were literally a hair away from that 3 count. Like, they were so close.
When he kicked out of the Oz Cutter, I was like, this is New Japan trying to show you that Naito is one of the greatest, and you're not just going to beat him. But then they established it with Will Ospreay. We're going to give him Stormbreaker, and there's no way he's kicking out now after 2 finishing moves back to back, and that's what happened. And you were like, oh yeah, it's
just so much going on at the end, but it was so good. Yeah, this was clearly my match of the night as well.
Just Will Ospreay can keep the title.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. because come Wrestle Kingdom, he's not going to be the champion anymore.
No. Who do you think's going to face him at Wrestle Kingdom?
It's Naito's coming back.
It's going to be Naito again?
Oh, it's going to be Naito again. There's no way that they're Kenny Omega and Okada-ing this event.
Yeah.
This is the new version.
This is the only belt Naito has not won yet. So he has to win this.
And how many matches have we had between the two of them?
There's only the second, isn't it?
Isn't this the third?
Third?
Even if it's the second. I know there was the G1 match.
Yeah. There was one prior. This was the third. Yeah.
Yeah, this was the third. And they've all been bangers.
Yeah.
And you're going to go into Wrestle Kingdom with Naito having lost all three times. And now he's going to win.
Yep. I could see that. I could totally see that.
In the place where he never wins at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah. He always loses. That's right. He always loses at Wrestle Kingdom.
Which leads back to what? Double title Naito coming up at the next Wrestle Kingdom if he survives there without injury. Just like he did before, walking around with that Intercontinental belt. He's going to unify the U.S. Championship and the World Championship. I'm just getting way ahead of myself, but like
we're talking
that's what
Wrestle
I want.
Kingdom 2025. Now.
Just like when you're booking my favorite wrestler in a company, the way that I am enjoying him being booked, you're speaking to me as a person.
Even with the losses, it still keeps you invested in the character
because the matches are there. Yeah. I'm not mad that Omega kept losing because the matches are friggin' excellent.
Yeah. And then when he finally does win,
that was the payoff for Omega, right? Yeah. It was loss. The G1 win was huge. And then when they went back for the title match, no one thought he was going to win.
And sure enough. But yeah, it was like I said, and then so after the match, Will Ospreay goes over. It's another loss. Clearly, you know that because that's what we were talking about. And then he throws out the open challenge to anybody in the back, anybody on the other side of the forbidden door. And I'm thinking to myself, who could it be? Who could it be? Lights go off, and Umino shows up back from his excursion in the West.
It's time,
and it's time for him. Yeah, he's not going to. It sets up a match for him and now it sets up the match for him and Ospreay at the historic crossover, which this card is looking stacked.
He's going to lose, but he's going to lose in an excellent fashion, which
kind of like what they're doing with Narita.
Exactly. And
there's going to be I said, we were talking about Narita being one of the pillars that New Japan is building on. Umino is the other one.
Guess what you're going to get to. I promise you this is going to happen. For the Ring of Honor title, Umino versus Chris Jericho. To get payback for what happened when Chris Jericho beat the crap out of him.
Yeah.
He's not going to win. There's going to be cheating. But it's...
Could that be the match at the December show? Deadline? Or not Deadline. Deadline is the NXT one.
Maybe. But you know what? This helps continue to put him over, right? And New Japan is willing to work with other companies if you're going to help make their wrestlers look good.
Yeah. I could see. You know what? I could see that Umino against Jericho at the.
It's a storyline.
Yeah, final battle.
Maybe Moxley shows up or comes out in Umino's corner.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I could see that happening. That would be good.
And Moxley is like his guy.
Yeah. Fantastic show. I'm going to get it to you before you give it to me. I'm going to take this one. I'm giving the show a 7-6 because I had fun. The matches were all, let me guess, you gave it the same score.
No, that was my original score, but I have changed it since then, but continue.
Oh, really? I had a lot of fun. The matches weren't too long. You know what? I might even go a little bit higher.
We'll do it now before we end this.
You know what? I'm giving it a 7-7. I'm going up one more point.
I am going to give it a 7-8. This has now broken into my top 5.
Really?
I did not think of it before in the way that I'm thinking of it now. And like, there was no bad matches.
No. Even the matches that were filler matches. Yeah. Even the matches that there were quick squash matches, the matches that were, they didn't waste your time.
There was title matches that mattered. And they were all good.
And there were other matches that all the matches in this show, with the exception of that 4-person tag match with United Empire, but it still was a good match.
Exactly. And so Okay, match of the night was Naito versus Ospreay.
Yeah,
we know that.
regardless.
There was no worst match of the night.
There wasn't.
7.8 for me. This is in my top 5. It's the best New Japan pay-per-view of the year for me.
Not including the Forbidden Door.
Well, I'm not counting that. That was like New Japan was there, but that was hosted by AEW.
Yeah. Yeah. It's my top New Japan show too.
And like I was a 7-6. And then I thought 7-7. I thought 7-8. I was thinking 8. And then when you said 7-6, I was like, shit, same score. And then I thought about it. I'm like, I can't go 8. 7.8 is good, but that gets it in my top 5 by a smidgen because I have some 7.75s.
I got a couple too, but
next year I'm going to come into this with no 0.25 scores.
Yeah,
but we already had started when I did those, so it's too late now. I can't go back on them.
Yeah,
but
it was one of the best, I think, of the year for New Japan.
That was one of the best. Period. It slightly edges out Ring of Honor for me. Death Before Dishonor.
That Ring of Honor was a really good show,
and it slightly edges out Hell in a Cell and Clash at the Castle.
See where the opposite on that with Death Before Dishonor, you gave it a 7-7, and I gave that a 7-8.
And now we reverse the scores. But it's like slightly ahead of Clash of the Castle, slightly ahead of Hell in a Cell.
Yeah,
I think it was just super entertaining.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. It was a pure wrestling show. I enjoyed it.
4 hours of actual wrestling.
Yeah. 4 hours. Yeah.
Well, minus the break. They always have their break in the middle.
Yes. But the thing is, like, those breaks don't take away from it. Like, it's not like, for example, WWE show, the Crown Jewel show that we reviewed yesterday, that was 3.5 hours with 9 matches. But it felt longer because of all the promos in between, all the basically bullshit that goes in there. This one was 9 matches. They gave you match after match after match after match, and every match that went on was better than the last. It felt like.
Yeah, I agree.
And it kept me excited. It kept me going for the whole show. It was fantastic. Like it didn't feel like 4 hours to me.
No, and it flowed really well.
Yeah.
I don't know. So you wanted to say something before about
United Empire. So before we sign off, what I wanted to talk about United Empire is I think United Empire is going to be the group that finally takes down the Bullet Club.
And I predicted that's what you were going to say, is why I think the gold is coming off all of them at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah. And United Empire is going to be that faction. They're going to do a faction war or something. A big event where it's going to be like all the Bullet Club guys against all the United Empire guys, and have like this.
It's going to be a single pay-per-view that's Bullet Club versus United Empire.
Yeah.
And every match is going to be that. And whoever wins like the most matches, the other team is disbanded.
Yeah. I could see that. That's not going to happen just yet. That's a year and a half down the road.
I agree, but I think all the gold comes off at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, Jay White's clearly losing it to.
You're going to give it to Okada.
Yeah,
if he beats Okada again, I'll be very surprised.
They're taking it off of Jay White. They're going to, like you said, Ishimori is probably going to lose it either to Takahashi or to the other guy there.
Wado.
The guy. Yeah, but yeah. And what else? What other gold? That's the only gold they have right now.
Right now, yeah. Everything else has already been
taken off.
They're slowly kind of crumbling now that, I mean, they do have the overseas like carrying on factions kind of, but it's their New Japan version of Bullet Club right now is very weak.
Yeah. Like
no Hikuleo, no Tonga, no Juice.
It's basically who's left. It's the main guys are Jay White, Ishimori, Kenta,
and then House of Torture.
Yeah, which aren't really even, and the other Takahashi, Tokyo Pimp there.
Yeah, well, he's part of technically
House of Torture. Yeah, but yeah, I could see that's where they're going with this. That's the slow build, as we like to say, right? But with that out of the way, guys, let us know if you watched this show or if you watched Crown Jewel. Let us know which show you preferred. Clearly, you know which ones we did. We clearly enjoyed this show.
They were both good.
Yeah, I'm not saying Crown Jewel was a bad show. I just enjoyed this one a little bit better. Yeah, with that out of the way, guys, join us next week where we will be reviewing the NWA Hard Times 3. So stay tuned for that next Tuesday.
A weekend with only one pay-per-view?
No, there's 2, I think.
Oh,
Is there 2? I can't even remember. I don't even know. I have the schedule up somewhere.
there might be Impact on that one.
Yeah, I'll post the schedule up on the Discord and on my Instagram, what's coming up over the next little while. But yeah, with that out of the way, guys, thanks again for joining us. We'll see you next week.